Hello there and welcome to Keeping Up with the Campus. I'm Aisling.
And I'm Park.
As always, we'll bring you the latest on what's happening in Mary I. On this week's show, we catch up with an international superstar. We see what's being done about mental health in the college. We've news on a student receiving a nomination for a prestige award, while another social outlet for students is closed. Plus, Owen drops in with a story about the Irish soccer team. Finally, we discuss whether or not generation anxiety is a fair label for students today.
A Mary I student was unlucky to lose out in the Undergraduate Awards 2015, which took place at the end of October. Sorcha O'Rourke from Tuam, County Galway, was recently named as a highly commended entrant in the psychology section of the Undergraduate Awards 2015, being identified as an outstanding academic at international level. The Undergraduate Awards is cited as the ultimate champion of high potential undergraduates and often referred to as a junior Nobel Prize. Sorcha's paper, Successful Ageing for Ageing Ireland, The Pursuit of Utopia, performs in the top 10% of 5,117 submissions from students in 255 universities across 39 countries. O'Rourke is due to graduate in 11 months from the BEd in Education and Psychology programme and is currently on a teaching scholarship in the United States. Reacting to the news, she paid tribute to lecturer Claire Griffin. I am truly delighted with this nomination. I am indebted to Claire Griffin, my former psychology lecturer, who brought the awards to my attention. Claire Griffin, lecturer in Educational and Development Psychology at MIC, highlighted the effect of Sorcha's paper. Griffin said she focused on the theme of successful ageing among people with an intellectual disability. Based on cutting-edge research in the field, Sorcha critically analysed Ireland's current position in this regard, with discrete comparisons made with ageing of the general population. Sorcha's essay is particularly timely in today's society and offers thought-provoking questions for both national policy and practice.
We had the pleasure of meeting Mark Dooley from the Welfare Office at Mary Immaculate College. He talks to us about mental health in relation to college work and stress. Here's what he had to say.
Mark Dooley, the Welfare Officer, sat down with us to discuss his role and mental health issues.
My name is Mark Dooley. I'm a fourth year BA in English and History, and I am one of the Welfare and Equality Officers in the college. The Welfare Office covers a wide variety of issues. Both Tina and myself would cover mental health issues, sexual health issues, financial issues. We'd be the first point of call for many students in the college. I know myself, I didn't come across the term mental health or mental health awareness until I came into third level. Even from doing SPHE in secondary schools, never came across the term mental health awareness, or was never even spoke of.
He then talks about the impact of working whilst in full-time education.
I can't say for certain. I can't really answer for other people. I know myself, I gave up my job at the end of second year because I had placement in third year for the whole year, and it was 9 to 5 placement, so I couldn't work my job. I know myself this year that I definitely didn't want a part-time job coming into final year. And I even said that at home myself, that don't even ask, am I getting a job? When am I going to get a job? Because it's not going to happen. My friends have part-time jobs that do work. These students, they would have had the jobs during the summer, and their employers would work around their college hours and maybe only give them weekend hours. So they have the full week then to work within college. Personally myself, I do think it would impact your work, because if you had a part-time job and you're expected to work late Tuesday in a bar, or even late Thursday in a student night until 4 o'clock in the morning, you have a lecture at 9. More often than not, you're not going to make the lecture at 9, so it will eventually have an impact on your academics.
Mark and Tina are always willing to help students in need. Look for MISU Welfare page on Facebook.
It's okay to express yourself and who you are, and that it's okay not to be okay, and it's okay to ask for help.
On the 7th of June 2015, a number of full-time and part-time jobs were lost to Limerick following the closure of the popular Scots Bar near Mary Immaculate College. The students no longer have an outlet where they can gather to socialise with one another. The company are currently in liquidation, with its most recent abridged accounts submitted for the year ending 2013 showing losses of over 259,000. In the past, Scots Bar was a well-recognised meeting place for former Mary I students, and it was a great base with an excellent proximity to the college. In comparison to where the Stables Club has become the focal point of student campus life, the students of Mary I feel that there is nowhere for them to have a sociable drink with their fellow students. They now have to make their way into Limerick City to get some nightlife. The Mary I SU is now currently in partnership with the Library Bar in Limerick City, with one student in particular saying, "Taxis in and out are very expensive, therefore I choose to stay at home." MIC is now the only college with no social outlets in close proximity to the country. The students of Mary I are hoping that Scots Bar will reopen in the near future so they can have a better social life.
Students of Mary I had the great pleasure of welcoming the international superstar Katie Taylor to our college. Here's what she had to say.
The world of women's boxing has taken a turn for the better over the past few years, with the Bray native Katie Taylor the shining star in the sport. She is the reigning Irish, European, World and Olympic boxing champion at 60 kilograms and generally recognised as pound for pound the best female boxer in the world. Katie Taylor was in Mary Immaculate College recently for a Q&A with the students.
The success really just took a lot of hard work, and I think for all youths it's just important to find, I suppose, something that you absolutely love, something that you're passionate about, and just give it everything you have. And don't cut any corners, just give it 100%. And my parents used to always tell me when I was growing up that every single person is born for greatness, and I know that there's greatness inside every single person, and just, I suppose, work hard to get that greatness out, and don't be discouraged by setbacks. I've had plenty of setbacks in my own career, and don't be discouraged by that. Let those disappointments spur you on and to be the person that you're made to be, really. And that's all I can say. Really, just work hard, find something that you absolutely love and that you're passionate about. And just give it everything you have, and that's it. Yeah. So thanks so much, and it's a pleasure to be here.
We talked to some students around the college on what came to mind when they thought of her.
Katie Taylor is a great boxer. She's an inspiration for women and men alike. I think she is great for Ireland.
She's changed the way a lot of people think about boxing in general.
Yeah.
Made a big interest in it for Ireland.
During the 2012 London Olympics, I watched Katie win her gold medal.
Yeah, it's hard to put into words really, but as I said, I just when I was standing up on that podium, it was the whole years and years that went on before that really to get women's boxing to that point, and there were so many people against women's boxing when I was growing up, and I think for myself and my family were the ones that really supported me, encouraged me during that time as well, and they sacrificed so much for me to achieve that dream as well. So I'm just so grateful to everyone who supported me, who was there on the day to actually cheer me on, to everyone at home who was supporting me as well and praying for me, and that meant so much to me really. But it's hard to put into words. It was just a lifetime of sacrifice and a lifetime of training to actually get to that point.
I think Katie Taylor is a great role model for kids. There's even been some speculative talk that she'd become the next president of Ireland, so I think that's a prime example of how she's a great role model.
A few years it was very, very tough because there's no women's boxing in the country at the time, so I wasn't really getting any fights. I was training week in, week out, but I had no competitions really to focus on, so it was all about kind of staying resilient and just persevering through that time, and obviously the rewards came in the end.
Although Katie has conquered so much in her career already, she is not ready to hang up her gloves and is currently training for Rio 2016.
I do absolutely love what I do. It's an absolute privilege to be waking up doing something that I absolutely love.
The Irish soccer bandwagon is an overload. With qualifications secured for Euro 2016, so-called fans are already putting plans in place to travel to France for the major tournament. Owen's here to tell us more.
The Irish soccer team has been a major headline in Irish news recently. People can't seem to make their mind up whether they want to follow the team or not. However, due to Ireland's recent success, the Irish people have come together to support and back our native country. In the European qualifiers, which came to an end last week, Ireland came through narrowly in the playoff. Ireland had a very tough group in which they managed to hold their own, finishing third with a lot of memorable moments. One of which being the historic win over Germany, who are currently the world champions. Ireland won 1-0 in a very gritty yet determined manner. This result really cemented our place in the group and put us right in the running to qualify. We ended up finishing third in the group, which meant we had a playoff to reach the European Championship. We drew Bosnia and Herzegovina, which from an Irish standpoint was not great, as they have one or two world-class players. We drew 1-1 in the first leg in Bosnia, and in the second leg in the Aviva we won 2-0. The buzz around Dublin that night was something that we have never witnessed, and was something that Irish soccer needed to get itself going. Now that we are through to the Euros, I can only imagine how many people will be supporting and backing Ireland as we bid to make history. Back to you guys.
Social media is an integral part in the daily life of students all around the globe. The youth of today spend hours scrolling through news feeds, hitting refresh buttons and ensuring the best version of them appears online. This new sensation has already wreaked havoc among the lives of many worldwide, with online bullying, self-harm and battered self-confidence all coming into play. So why is it that this social media craze is preventing us from conveying how we really feel? It's all about popularity and online recognition. More and more of us are taking the persona we've comfortably established online and using it in real life as well. Because of social media and all its pressures, we're restricting ourselves regardless of whether we're in front of a screen or not. We're constantly afraid of not coming across as the perfect person we are on Facebook and Instagram, and that's having a negative impact on our real life relationships with people closest to us. If social media really is the leading stimulant behind generation anxiety, maybe we ought to rethink our attitude towards our online presence. Social media could be blamed for causing low self-confidence and anxiety, so why are we continuing to endorse it? Maybe it's time we focus more on the people standing in front of us than the circular profile pictures on our screens.
Now, that's all from us today. We would like to thank you all for tuning in to Keeping Up with the Campus. Have a lovely evening. From all of us here in the studio, goodbye.
Bye.